Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another video. Now this is going to be my first build video ever since the update went live. Obviously there's a lot of builds I want to do and so much content to get through. I obviously have a lot of plans in mind, but some of them obviously I can't do yet because I need certain star path items or certain character friendship quest items to do it. So I can't currently do a lot of the builds I want to do. However, this one I knew I would be able to do pretty easily, and this is basically doing a build for Daisy's house and kind of integrating it into my valley. Now, if you've seen my tour video of my whole valley, I have kind of like a Mickey and Friends little town area in my meadow. So I've completely turfed this up and I'm going to try and fit Daisy's in here. So as you can see, I got rid of everything apart from the trees lining around the back. And I moved the houses to the beach just to keep them out the way, and then I started integrating them back in. Now I knew I wanted to try and incorporate Daisy's in here, and I felt like the best bet was to put it next to Minnie's house. So that is what I ended up doing. So I put Minnie and Daisy's on the back left corner next to each other, and then I put Mickey and Goofy's next to each other on the opposite side. Obviously Donald's boat is still in the pond next to this area because I like it because it keeps them all together. Now I originally would have loved to be able to add Oswald in here, but number one, his house is way too big. And number two, it doesn't really fit the vibe of like this Toontown kind of like scenery village. His house doesn't really fit that vibe, and I kind of want to do a different style build for him. So I have only included these 5, but I went in and I added the houses and I put in some white picket fences. I feel like the white picket fence just works really well for these characters, but I didn't want to do it all the way around all the houses and kind of block everything off. So I kind of did portions of fencing, which is kind of a really good tip if you don't want it to look too blocked off and too boxy. It just gives it the element of it being a built up little town, but kind of leaves you gaps to fill in with foliage. So it does look a bit strange now, but it will look better when that goes in. And then I extended the unbordered pathway all the way through the town. I did little pathways leading up to their front doors, and I did a big thick pathway going down between the middle and to the right in front of Minnie's house, and you'll see I kind of add things into this, but I wanted it to be a nice open pathway so you could get through. And then I went in and added in some of the furniture I knew I was going to use. Now for the furniture I was choosing for each house, obviously I had already built up this area before, not including Daisy's house, so I had a good idea of what to kind of put back, but I wanted to especially highlight each character's kind of personality in what was around them. So I do go in and start adding some furniture that makes sense for them, and I also add in the Centennial fountain from the premium shop, as well as the platinum like friendship statue that we got recently back in the premium shop from a previous star path. And I do try and fit those fountains in, as they're just perfectly to fit in this area. I also put in a little seating table, which you'll see at the end at the back. I did used to have normal wooden chairs with this, but the chairs from the star path are too perfect not to use here. The colours just work perfectly. So I used both the red and the blue chair that are from the star path, and I also included the new little kind of multicoloured bin that's from the star path next to Mickey's. I just feel like the pop of colour in here really worked, and I carried on with kind of moving about the different furniture, figuring out what worked with which houses. I also included the new popsicle stick bench that we got in the star path, so there are a few star path items in here, so if you haven't got those yet, don't panic. When you get to them in the star path, you can then add those in. I just felt like they worked really well, and I loved the popsicle bench in front of Daisy's house like we got in the promo video before the update. And after that, I then went in and started filling in all the gaps with lots of bushes. I'd already kind of done the trees, so I didn't really need to do that. So around the edge, I did use some ancient landing trees. I also used a lot of the meadow trees, so the red maples, the oaks. I kind of just kept it so it was very colourful, and the red one really made Mickey's house pop. So I did have those aligning around the edge, and I did keep my Mickey water tower on the left of Daisy's. I just love this water tower. It is a craftable item. And after that, I then went in and added in lots of bushes and flowers. foliage in here, I did want to keep it very bright and colourful. I wanted to stick to my kind of original theme in my meadow, which was a lot of greens, a lot of the plaza and Peaceful Meadow plants. I wanted to keep it very bright, but I did integrate some of the Eternity Isle plants in here just because they fit in the perfect little spots that I needed them to. I obviously incorporated a lot of butterfly flowers because they're perfect and they're all over my meadow, and it just tied everything together really well. And I then went in and kind of placed some around the fountain just to make it look a little bit more natural in this area. Now with the star path and the quest items, there probably will be things I have to add to this eventually, but I really just wanted to get this build done. I wanted Daisy's house to feel part of my valley, and I just really wanted to get this area done. So I prioritized that, and I will probably add things from the star path later. So if you do want to see that later on, let me know. But I just wanted to kind of tie it all together with all the different coloured plants, and I included a berry bush at the back so I can go in and pick that when I'm roaming around the valley. And I added a companion house in front of Mickey's because obviously it is literally perfectly matches Mickey's house. I didn't put any critters in this yet, but I will go in when I get the 3 black and white ones that are now in Eternity Isle that come with Oswald. I'm going to put those in there, so that is why for the moment it is completely empty, but that is what I placed in front of his house. And then I kind of blocked in the final foliage pieces around the back of the houses before I finished up. This is the final build. I'm going to take you from the plaza down through this side entrance. So as you can see, I've got the Mickey water tower on the left, and then Donald's boat, which has a little bench in front of it, but it has access from both sides. And then as we run around past our centerpiece of the meadow, we can see the Centennial Fountain kind of just welcome you into this area with the little craftable Mickey arch as well, which just fits perfectly in here. I then obviously have my long pathway leading you in. You can see the friendship statue right in the middle just to kind of catch your attention. It just looks really sweet here. We have Mickey's house on the right with his little companion house, which eventually will have the black and white companions in just because they're so cute and old school. They're just going to look cute in here. And then have Goofy's house next to him with some of Goofy's items like his little cooler and a little steamboat. In the pond on the left, we obviously have Donald, the back of Donald's boat, and just one of the little swan boats from the previous star path, as it just looks like you could actually get in the boat here, and it's really, really sweet. Carrying on from there, obviously we can go around the friendship statue, and we can obviously see ahead of us we have got Daisy and Minnie's homes. These two houses just complement each other perfectly. I love the fact that they're next to each other. And outside the front of Daisy's, we have her little advice box, which if you don't recognize this, you will get it in one of her quests. And we've also got the popsicle bench from the star path. Minnie's has just got a really cute flower pot and lots of foliage around here. And then next to her house, between hers and Goofy's, we have the little seating area. Now, as I said before, I did originally have wooden chairs with this table, and I already had it decorated with all the food, but I changed it up for the new chairs from the star path. They just work really well in here, and the pops of colour really tie everything together for the characters, and it's just a really cute place for all of them to sit and hang out together and enjoy the view in this little mini town. So that is it. That is my final Mickey and Friends village. It is now feeling very much more complete. Now we have Daisy's house in here. Obviously, if we do get any more Mickey and Friends characters, I will have to rejog this again, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get any anytime soon. So for now, it is complete, and I really love how it looks. I'm definitely going to add some more Star Path and potential premium shop items that are coming into here if they fit perfectly, but I really love how this is looking, and I can't wait to kind of add on to it and change it up as time goes on. Please let me know down below what you want to see from the new update, what build you're looking for, inspiration, tips, tricks, anything at all. Please leave it down in the comments. I'm more than happy to kind of do anything you guys are after or looking for. And make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much for all the support on the channel. It is amazing, and I love being able to interact with you guys. It's genuinely really, really lovely. I will see you all in the next one. Have a lovely week. Bye.